Hello friends, today we will deal with pharmaceutics practicals. Now, being this is the first practical, I will give you the idea about the various preparations. Now, regarding pharmaceutics, in theory you have studied various topics. So, in pharmaceutics, we are going to deal with the compounding and manufacturing of the various preparations or formulations. Now, how many formulations are there? Which type of preparations you are going to prepare, isn't it? That we will see. First, I will make you aware about the various classes of preparations, and in practical, what you are going to do, how you are going to perform practicals. That idea also I will give you. Now, in these practicals, total there are 47. Now, before giving you idea, I will tell you that while listening or while watching the videos of practicals, you must go through or you must refer the manual journal of that particular subject. Now, as now you are listening this video of the pharmaceutics practical, so before listening you open the manual of pharmaceutics one subject, isn't it? So in that you will find that there are total 47 serial number, isn't it? 47 that you can see. In that, the first two are the introductory practicals regarding idea about the pharmaceutics lab, then how you are going to label, concept of labeling. So that also I will explain you, isn't it? Then there are various categories of preparations. Now the first category of preparation is aromatic waters, and the number is written that how many preparations are there, isn't it? Today we will discuss about aromatic waters also, but before that these various categories I will let you know. Then after aromatic waters, solutions are there. In that, seven preparations are there. Then the third category is of spirits, in which three preparations are there. Then tinctures, four preparations. Extracts, three preparations. Creams, that is the semi-solid dosage form. The cosmetic category starts from here, where three important creams are there. Then, in cosmetic preparations, again the five preparations are there, where the lotion or shampoos, isn't it, or various gels are there, or lipstick is there. All these preparations come under cosmetic. Then, the capsule, in that three preparations are there. Then, tablets, four preparations. Then, preparation involving sterilization. So regarding sterilization also in theory you will study in detail that there are so many preparations where it is very important to sterilize them, isn't it? So sterilization means destroying or killing all harmful microorganisms. Then ophthalmic preparations, that is the related to eyes, eye preparations, four are there. And last number 47 is visit to pharmaceutical industry. So if any pharmaceutical industry that is to be visited, which gives us idea about the various preparations that are formulated in that industry, isn't it? What are the various departments, how the industry is run, isn't it? So the knowledge of that pharmaceutical plant is also covered in the last. So these are so many categories that we are going to cover in pharmaceutics 1 practical, isn't it? Now, in these preparations, the first category, as I said, is of aromatic waters. Now, while practical, you must have various necessary things that also I will give you idea, isn't it? Like container is there in which you will pour the whatever the preparation is there. Container you can see, isn't it? So either round bottom may be there, or conical may be there, or Dettol preparation, so that container also is permissible, that also can be used, isn't it? So container is needed, isn't it? Then apron and mask, that are to be used while performing practical, isn't it? Then the labeling is also very important, isn't it? So how the preparation is done and how you will prepare label, that also I will give you idea. Now the first category is of aromatic waters, isn't it? Now aromatic waters, these are the liquids, isn't it? Liquid pharmaceutical preparations of the volatile oil preparations, isn't it? Volatile oil is the content, isn't it? So these are clear aqueous solutions, isn't it? And in this, the volatile constituents are saturated, isn't it? Any volatile oil like rose oil may be there, peppermint oil may be there, isn't it? These oils are incorporated in these preparations, isn't it? And due to these constituents, they have got aromatic flavor, isn't it? Now these aromatic waters have low therapeutic effect because very small amount of volatile substances are present and they are saturated in a aqueous vehicle like water, isn't it? Now they are used in pharmacy as pleasant and flavoring medium, isn't it? They are used to give a acceptable flavor, isn't it? And for administration of water soluble drugs, isn't it? Or to mask the undesirable taste and odor of the drugs, isn't it? So these aromatic waters may be used as perfuming agents, flavoring agents, isn't it? Okay. Now how these preparations are prepared, there are different procedures or different methods we can say. So first is distillation method. By distillation method also this can be prepared. Then the other is solution method, isn't it? Then alternate solution method and dilution method. Now these are just, you must know the names, how by which different methods these preparations are formulated. Here we are going to deal with solution method and dilution method, isn't it? Now solution method, in this what is done is that the aromatic water is prepared by shaking the required quantity of the oil, isn't it, in 1000 ml for example of purified water, isn't it, in suitable container for near about 15 minutes, isn't it? This is in short, I have given you the idea, isn't it? So essential oil or volatile oil which contain aromatic material, that is shaken, agitation also we can say, that they are to be vigorously shaken with purified water, isn't it? So 2 ml volatile oil containing substance and 1 liter or 1000 ml of water in any container, they are shaken for 15 minutes, isn't it? And they are kept as such for 10 to 12 hours, isn't it? So that the constituent will get mixed efficiently, isn't it? And if any solid substances are there, they will settle down. So those can be removed after filtration also, isn't it? So they are whatever the particles are there or some solid particles are there, they can be removed by filtration, isn't it? Now here, the first preparation in this category is chloroform water, isn't it? Now, in these preparations, what is important, that I will give you the idea first. Here, you must know the aim. Now, the aim is to prepare and submit 100 ml of chloroform water, isn't it? By IPBP, isn't it? Whatever the official book can be referred regarding pharmacopoeia, you know very well. And this is prepared by solution method. Now, important methods I have given you already idea, isn't it? So, solution method and dilution method you must know very well. This preparation is prepared by solution method. And what is solution method? I have given you idea this before, that the required amount of the oil is added into the 1 liter water as a vehicle, and they are agitated thoroughly or shaken thoroughly. That is the solution method. So this preparation is prepared by solution method but without filtration. Now, as I said, that solid particles are removed by filtering. So in all the cases filtration is not necessary. Like for example chloroform water, there is no need of filtration, isn't it? It is prepared by placing excess amount of chloroform in bottle, then add water and shake vigorously, isn't it? Some of chloroform dissolve in water and form aromatic water, and excess will settle down to the bottom, isn't it? Because it is heavier than water. So there is no any problem of clarification and there is no need of filtration. So here the aim is important to prepare and submit 100 ml of chloroform water. You must refer lab manual while explanation. Again I repeat, isn't it? Or you may listen video of any practical of any subject, but at that time you have to refer that manual strictly. Then and then only you will understand. Then the other thing important is formulation table. Now this is the formula which is given on your screen, that is chloroform oil 2 ml, purified water it is quantity sufficient 1000 ml. That means the formula is there in which 1 liter water in that 2 ml chloroform oil is present, isn't it? Then other things regarding this you must know, regarding the dose, regarding category of the preparation, regarding storage of the condition, isn't it? And regarding labeling also I will explain you. So uses of chloroform water are, it is pharmaceutical aid, it is used as preservative, vehicle and general anesthetic. Now storage condition is also important, as I said, that chloroform water is stored in light resistant bottle because the light will oxidize the chloroform to a poisonous gas, and therefore light resistant containers are very important. This is the labeling. Now labeling is also very important in all the preparations, and what are the contents of the label, that I will explain you, and you must listen carefully, because labeling once you will understand, then it will be very easier to prepare a label of any preparation. Now here this is chloroform water IP. The first content of the label is name of the preparation. Name is chloroform water IP. Then quantity of the preparation. Now here for example quantity is written 50 ml, isn't it? So quantity is to be written whether the quantity you are preparing is 50 ml or 100 ml or 25 ml, isn't it? Name of the preparation with quantity. Then comes formula of the preparation, formula, or we can say composition. Now composition, how you will write down? Each 50 ml. Now why 50 is written? Because your preparation is 50. If your preparation is 25 ml, so you will write down each 25 ml of preparation, isn't it? So each 50 ml contains, you have to write down the name of the contents that are present. Chloroform, isn't it? What is the quantity? Purified water, quantity sufficient up to 50 ml, isn't it? Now here the formula is of 1 liter, but our aim is to prepare and submit 50 ml of water, isn't it? So accordingly you have to calculate the quantities also, isn't it? And accordingly quantity in 50 ml in proportion you have to take in the preparation, isn't it? So purified water is 50 ml and chloroform is 0.125 ml in 50 ml preparation, isn't it? Dose is 15 to 30 ml, isn't it? You must know the dose of the preparations which are used internally, isn't it? Storage, store in airtight, light resistant container in cool place, isn't it? So this is the dose, storage. These are the contents of label. Labeling is very important. Marks are there for labeling also. You must listen this and learn about labeling of formulations also, isn't it? Then you can write down the storage condition: protect from sunlight, isn't it? Not for injection. These are other additional directions, isn't it? So direction is also very important. You must write down. There are important directions which are given on preparation. Liquid preparations which are available on medical shop, like cough syrup, hematonic preparation, isn't it? Tonic preparation, suspensions, isn't it? So liquid dosage form, whatever the preparations are there, labeling, you must read the label correctly and carefully. You will get the idea about the contents of label, isn't it? So direction is also very important. Shake well before is another important direction. Protect from sunlight, that is another important direction. Not for injection, isn't it? That is the important direction, isn't it? So that these are also the contents of label. Then the important contents are related to the industry, like manufacturing license number, it is to be written, isn't it? Batch number, any number you have to write down, isn't it? Then manufacturing date, isn't it? Like February 21, expiry date February 22, isn't it? So these are the industry related details which are also necessary and must on label. Again I repeat: manufacturing license number, batch number, manufacturing date, expiry date. Then comes the price of the preparation. So maximum retail price rupees 15, inclusive of all taxes. That is also the uh, important on the label, isn't it? You will find that the preparations or whatever things you buy, isn't it, from market, you will find that the price is there, isn't it? So price is also important. Then manufactured by, the name of the company, that is important. Yevi Pharma, isn't it? Kanpur Road, Lucknow, isn't it? So name and address of the uh, company, isn't it? Any name you can write down, isn't it? Now when the actually you are going to prepare these preparations in lab, so while preparing label, you can write down the manufactured by Institute of Pharmacy, Devpur Dhude, isn't it? That will be the name of our college, isn't it? So these details are very important and this labeling is important. This is concept of labeling, isn't it? So that was about the first preparation, isn't it? That is the chloroform water. Now, in aromatic waters, you will find that there are simple waters also and concentrated waters also, isn't it? Simple waters and concentrated waters. Now, what is the difference? That also we will see, isn't it? And you will get idea. Now this chloroform water was the simple water, isn't it? Now the other example we will see of the concentrated waters, isn't it? Now here these preparations, they are alcoholic non-aqueous preparations containing 2% of volatile oil, isn't it? And these concentrated preparations, isn't it, they are prepared by dilution method and they are 40 times stronger than ordinary aromatic waters, isn't it? So this 1 volume of concentrated aromatic water is diluted with 39 volume of water to get diluted solution, isn't it? So here uh, one of the example of concentrated water also we will cover here, so that you will get the idea, isn't it? And with that we will finish up the aromatic waters, isn't it? Now here For example, we can take peppermint water also, isn't it? So in lab manuals, you can refer the chloroform water was preparation number 3, experiment number 3, and the peppermint water is experiment number 6. So the title is to prepare and submit 30 ml of concentrated water, peppermint water BPC, isn't it? By dilution method, isn't it? So that is concentrated peppermint water BPC, isn't it? Title is important. Again, I repeat, in Sutix practicals, title is important. Formulation table is important. Formula, isn't it? Factor, I will let you know on the board, isn't it? How you are going to calculate factor, isn't it? So here title, then formulation table, you can refer manual, isn't it, of the concentrated peppermint water. So where the peppermint oil is there, isn't it, 20 ml, alcohol is there 90%, 600 ml, and purified water quantity sufficient, isn't it? That is given in formulation table, formula. You can refer this manual, isn't it? Then factor for calculation, isn't it? For the quantities, how you will take quantity? These are the quantities of 1 liter, isn't it? So peppermint oil is 20 ml in 1 liter. Alcohol is 600 ml in 1 liter. So our quantity is 30 ml. Accordingly, then you have to divide. Like required quantity, how you will get? Required quantity will be our 30 and quantity given is 1 liter. So by 30 divided by 1000 will give the quantity taken. That will be the factor, and that factor you can multiply with quantity given, which will give the exact quantity that you can take, isn't it? So this is the label of concentrated peppermint water, isn't it? Now, the procedure of peppermint water, as I said, it is prepared by dilution method, isn't it? So, here the required quantity of peppermint oil is taken and it is dissolved in alcohol, isn't it? Then we have to add successive quantity is added, isn't it? So small quantities are added of water with continuous stirring to make required volume, isn't it? So if particles are there, one can filter it. If particles are not there, no need of filtration. So the volume is made up by the purified water as a vehicle, isn't it? So this preparation is transferred to a container and it is labeled, isn't it? So how you are going to prepare label? I have given you explanation in peppermint, sorry, chloroform water IP, isn't it? Again I repeat, what are the contents of label, isn't it? Name of the preparation with quantity, composition or formula, isn't it? Where you have to write down the name of all ingredients, isn't it? Uses, storage condition you can write down, isn't it? Then manufacture industry related details, manufacturing license number, batch number, manufacturing date, expiry date, isn't it? Price of the preparation, direction, shake well before use, and manufactured by, isn't it? Name of any company you can write down, or you can write down name of the college also. So this label also you have to complete it in your manuals, and you have to complete your manuals. The first category, that is the aromatic waters, which are up to experiment number 7. These 7 preparations you have to complete it, isn't it? Then about other preparations, I will give you idea that trituration is important. Now these aromatic waters, in this trituration is not needed. Here, being the volatile ingredients were saturated in vehicle in purified water, so there only the procedure that is followed is solution method or dilution method. But when these solid ingredients you have to mix, when two or more solid substances are mixed in a vehicle, so their trituration is very important, isn't it? Now, trituration means the pharmaceutical process of reducing the particle size. Now, size reduction chapter you will study or you might have studied, isn't it? So, there how the particle size is reduced there by mechanical means, the size is reduced. But at laboratory level, when manually you are preparing the formulation, so there the particle size of any powder can be reduced by trituration. And how it is triturated? It is triturated in a mortar and pestle. What is mortar and pestle? That also I will give you idea, isn't it? The simple dilution of potent drug powder with diluent powder such as lactose, which is an inert substance. So here you have to understand that active powder can be mixed with inert powder with the help of trituration. Like say for example paracetamol, you know, isn't it? It is active ingredient. Paracetamol tablet like Calpol, Metacin, Crocin. So the active paracetamol content is 500 milligram, but it is to be mixed with any inert substance like lactose. So at laboratory level both are mixed with the help of trituration, isn't it? This is mortar and pestle, isn't it? So with the help of pestle, the trituration is done, isn't it? There, the glass mortar and pestle is also there. Uh, Porcelain mortar and pestle is also there. It is useful for trituration or mixing two or more solid ingredients, solid substances, isn't it? Their size is also reduced and they are also mixed uniformly. Now, methods of leviation. So, leviation or trituration, it is one and the same. Just little difference is there, isn't it? Leviation means when you are preparing a semi-solid cream-like, isn't it? Substance, cream-like, isn't it? So that is called leviation. So on small scale for leviation also we use pestle and mortar. If we are preparing paste, so for preparing paste, instead of uh, using the term trituration, we can use as leviation, isn't it? Because the paste is formed by addition of non-solvent like glycerin or mineral oil to solid substance. So in this case we can call that for preparing paste we have to use leviation. But when only two or three powders are to be mixed or size is to be reduced, so that we can call as a trituration, isn't it? So size reduction takes place in pestle and mortar, isn't it? Then various glasswares that are useful in pharmaceutics practical. So this is the pipette. Now pipette when it is used when the quantity is very negligible. Even if when you have to take only few drops of active ingredient. So pipette is very useful and pipette of various calibrations are available. Pipette of 1 ml is also there, isn't it? Of 5 ml is there, 10 ml is there, 25 ml is there. So till 25 ml also or lowest 0.5 ml or 2 drops, 5 drops also quantity can be taken with the help of pipette, isn't it? Then other important glasswares also you must know, that is the solution which is pink in color, that is the conical flask, isn't it? So conical flask is also used in pharmaceutics practicals, chemistry practicals. Then the beakers. So the red color substance, that is the beaker, isn't it? Beaker may be of 50 ml or 100 ml or 250 ml, 500 ml, isn't it? So of all the sizes beakers are available. Beaker is useful to mix two or three solid ingredients in any liquid, isn't it? They can be agitated, they can be mixed uniformly, isn't it? Then graduated cylinder, it is also called measuring cylinder. This measuring cylinder may be of 5 ml, 10 ml, 25 ml, 50 ml, isn't it? Of any size, depending upon the quantity that you have to weigh and that you have to take in the preparation, so that you can take quantity, and accordingly measuring cylinder is also useful. Then regarding pipette, I gave you the idea. So these glasswares are useful, isn't it? How the preparation is prepared, that also idea I will give you. And we have seen in the first category about the aromatic waters, isn't it? So go through the manuals, and you have to complete your manuals also. That is the first category, that is aromatic waters, up to experiment number 7. So thank you.